Hey girl, hey. I wanted to share with you the top 5 things that I used to choose my baby's daycare. Now she's already in daycare, she's 14 months old, and I don't particularly care for where she's at now. I do not think she's getting what she needs. So we are getting ready to switch her out to another location. It was very hard to narrow it down to 5 things, but let me go ahead and start with the first thing, the most important thing. Number 1 is education. Now, no matter how small your baby is, Ayla started daycare at 3 months old, and they can do simple things like introduce shapes and colors, things to get there, to stimulate their mind. So there is no age limit, or no baby is too young to start in education, to start being mentally stimulated. And like I said, she's 14 months old, so they could be doing colors and shapes and letters. Like she is learning and she is picking up on things. Let me roll these windows up. The caregivers at the schools are called teachers, and if you're being called a teacher, I'm going to need you to teach. So there needs to be a curriculum, something that you follow, and I need to know exactly what it is that she's learning on a day-to-day basis. That's my number 1. Point number 2 is important to myself and my husband, probably more so than the average person, and that is, what is the population in the daycare? Are there teachers or children there that look like mine? Is my Ayla going to see other people that look like her? That is number 2 for us. That is a deal breaker. Nate has said no to a daycare because of that. Number 3 is communication. How well are the teachers and or the director is going to communicate with you? What I mean by this, typically the daycares have apps in which you should get maybe not should, also a preference of mine. On this app, what I would like to see is updates throughout the day as they are happening, real-time updates. When did she go to sleep? When did she wake up? When did she have a diaper change? Was it a poop? Was it just a wet diaper? These are things I would know. I'm like, okay, so I expect her to have another poop when she gets home, or why is she only pooping once a day? I need to start paying attention because maybe she's constipated. Was this poop runny? Did she have diarrhea? I mean, what her body does will help me to understand if there's something wrong, because she can't speak at this point. Her caregivers are my eyes throughout the day, and I just simply would like to know what's going on with my baby. And can I communicate with you throughout the day? Maybe I don't want to step outside of my work area to make a phone call. Can I send you a quick text through the app and then you get back to me within a couple hours or something like that? Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is stability in the daycare. Before I go completely to tip number 4, look who's here. It's Nate and Ayla. Yep. Watching videos. So tip number 4 is stability in the daycare. The reason why that's important is because I want my baby to be with the same teacher throughout the year. Now, I understand, oh, here's Asia and Apollo. So I'm going to move into another location because it's loud over there and I need to think. Again, back to my tip number 4. Stability in the daycare. What I mean by that is I don't want to see a different teacher every time I go to drop off my kid or pick her up. Like, it would be good for her to get accustomed to the same teacher. It would be good for the same teacher to get accustomed to the child, to know what they like, what they don't like, what they need, what it is that they're trying to say when they can't speak. Like, all of this is important to me. Also, along with stability, turnaround time. If your employees aren't happy and they're always leaving, that says a lot about your establishment. So there are some daycares that know that that's important, that people look into turnaround time, or they care about that. So one of the tours that I did take, that is something that they did pride themselves on. I don't know how honest people would be, a director, if they would give you that information, but maybe you can talk to the employees. Really, that's the only way that you're going to find out. But that's number 4. Okay, so time for, don't worry, your nipples is not going to be in it. This is my last tip number 5, which is really simple. It's the hours of the daycare. If they are not open in the morning as early as you need them, then that could be a deal breaker. And there was one daycare I had to X off my list for that very reason. So I hope that this video helped you. My 5 tips and how I chose the best daycare for my baby. And if it did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Right, babe? Tell them give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say thumbs up. Talk about yeah with some enthusiasm. Shoot, I might get thumbs down. Thank you for following me throughout the day. So clearly this is the end of the night. I am in my robe. I'm 2 seconds from getting into bed. And until you see me again, many blessings to you. Peace.